Why does this Kay Vanguard flat pancake pickup read 0 ohms and still works just as it should? Has 0 reading, as if there is an open wire inside of it, but you plug it in and it works just as it should. Let's find out. Okay, just to set up the situation here, I want you to be able to see everything. All right, that's the meter we're using. Okay, I'm going to set it up on 20K ohms. So watch carefully. Okay, this is your just standard single coil right here. Just a squire, out of a squire, not a bridge pickup or anything, but you see it's got 6.94 ohms, K ohms. This one shows dead. And I have touched this thing every which way I can. I get nothing out of the meter. Absolutely nothing. So you would assume that this is a dead pickup. Wouldn't make any sound whatsoever. This is a pancake pickup out of a Kay Vanguard guitar. You can see there's the serial number they put on them. But this should make 0 sound. Well, let me show you something. Okay, now we have a very small amp. This is just a battery powered 9-volt amp. And we're going to hook, of course, the positive and then the negative. Okay, notice how it got a little quieter. Let's test the pickup. That's good. I want you to see every step. You can see everything my hands are doing. Hear that noise? That means the pickup is good. Now this is the same dead pickup that reads dead. As you can see, once again, I am testing it. Nothing. I get nothing either way. Nothing either way. Nothing. No test. No, nothing whatsoever. Take these off. Once again, just to double check myself. Let's hit this one again and see 6.95 K ohms. So, good pickup. Obviously bad pickup. I'm getting nothing out of it. Negative, positive, either way. I've gone both ways with it. The meter does not move whatsoever. Now for the miracle part. So, all right. Now as you, oh crap, you didn't see me hook it up. Well, here, I'll re-hook it up. Okay, there's the positive. So you can see the positive goes to the positive part of the wire. See how it gets quieter? And then I do the same thing on the negative. We got a connection. You can already hear that the pickup is working. Hear it? And it's also just, the pickup works, but there's absolutely, don't understand it. The pickup absolutely works. Confusing. It should not work. But I've heard some theories and I've read up on this, and there could be some type of capacitor inside of it. I don't know if that's even possible, but there may be something on that. As you can see, we still got nothing. Still got absolutely nothing on this pickup. Meter does not move whatsoever. Let's prove again. There we go. 6.95. Unexplainable, but, or should I say inexplicable. I still don't get it why we got nothing. We've got nothing. This pickup tests bad, but it works, and it should not work. There's no way this thing should work. I mean, hook up to the positive, hook up to the negative. Once again, turn my little, and it's not necessarily microphonic. Hello, hello, hello. You do get a little bit of sound through there, but you do through any pickup. Once again, let's hook this one up. Wait a second. White one's negative. I can't remember. I think I get them backwards. Doesn't hurt anything, but same. Crazy, crazy, crazy. This is a miracle pickup. There is a story about the Eddie Van Halen pickup. In his Van Halen guitar also tests 0 and made this brown sound. So please, down in the comments, I'd like some answers. Let's do this. Help me figure this dude out, because that is crazy. Hey, now let's just test this pickup on a guitar itself. So let's put this thing in here, set it in the middle position. Doesn't matter, we're going to wire it directly. So we're just going to go red to the hot, and then of course the ground to the ground. It doesn't matter if it touches anything else at the same time. I just don't want it to touch the red. Let's do it like so. There we go. Now we should get normal string sound. Let's see how the output is. All right. Huh. It's actually pretty loud. It's actually hitting on it. Works just fine with no ohm rating whatsoever. So let's take this, plug it into the actual guitar. Just to show that it is loud. Now, of course, these pickups are going to be louder. They're humbuckers and they got a huge output, but remove that. Let's test it once again. But just to show you, absolutely nothing still. Absolutely nothing. I can flip it around. Got nothing. Got a dead pickup. I know I'm repeating myself over and over because I still am amazed at this pickup and its output. It probably sounds like it should be reading about 4 ohms, maybe 3.5, 4 ohms, 4K ohms, I should say. But it doesn't. It reads that there's an open wire in there, but it outputs into the amp, straight into the amp, going straight into the amp, putting it underneath these strings, playing it, and it picks up just like these pickups do. These pickups are louder, their ohm readings are higher, so you do get that. But somebody explain this to me down in the comment section. Comment, please help me out here. I'm about to rack my brain over this. I'm thinking maybe senility is setting in my old age. Okay, here's the solution. After contacting multiple people on this and explaining the situation, I got a really good final conclusion to this thing. Some of these were built like this on purpose. Now what they do is the ground is actually in the back shield, but not on the front shield. Hang with me. This is the explanation I got, and I think it's correct. I got 2 explanations, but this is the most logical one. Is they ground this plate, right? It is grounded to the ground, and I'll show you here in a second. The positive is completely separate, but this, the cover of the pickup, just acts as a shield. He said this is not supposed to touch the back. Therefore, the shield over the magnets and the poles that are in here create a magnetic field on their own. And what's happening is we're not grounding one side. We are grounding just the bottom shield, but the output is going out on its own singly without the negative going hooked into the coil. The negative, or the ground, is not hooked into the coil of this on purpose. But as long as the shield does not come in contact with the back plate, it will force all the electrons out the positive. So therefore you get a hot pickup. And this acts as a shield. And this is very similar to, this is somebody else's explanation, but it's very similar to shielding the inside of an actual pickup cavity and shielding all the electronics with either aluminum or copper or conductive paint. You know, a lot of guitar manufacturers are using that, but it's kind of the same effect. What it does is it kind of forces, with less noise, all the sound out of the positive into, of course, the jack of the amp, and of course it makes noise. But the strings that are disturbing, or you could even say the sound that the strings make, that these are picking up, like a microphone does, is being sent out. But the ground is only grounding the back, but having the shield on there that's not actually touching. Don't know how they did this, because if you look close, I mean, it looks like it's right up against it, but it is not. And I will show you. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. But apparently, this is the problem solved, I guess. I mean, I am far from being an expert on this, but that explanation made more sense, that these are actually 2 paths. One grounds this, and this shields it, which forces the magnetic field to shoot out the positive, and it doesn't necessarily have to ground the other side of the coil to make it work. It actually is working on its own, and it will read 0. So, best explanation that I've had so far. The other one was there may be a capacitor in it. I haven't opened it up. I do not know. If I open this thing up, I will never get it back together without it touching the sides. I just don't see that even happening at all. And I don't know how they did it. They put some kind of paint or something around it to keep, because it looks like it's touching, but it actually isn't. And here, I'll show you on the readings. Let's get some measurements. This being the ground, the actual only ground, you get, it should, as you can see, against the back, go to 0. It's just like touching this. It's meaning this wire is actually touching this. As you can see, it goes to 0. So, but you turn it over or touch any part of the shield is not grounded. This shield does not have any reading whatsoever. But the back goes all the way to 0, just like it should. Just like if you're touching the two together. Just like that. There, you touch any part of this bottom and it is grounded. It is grounded by itself and only grounded. There we go. Now the positive does not read on anything. It's not touching the top shield. It's not touching this shield. It's not touching here. Get no readings anywhere on this thing. Nothing. So, I would like to say that the problem is solved. This will never read anything. The ground grounds the total bottom. This acts as a shield. The positive, of course, this is shooting out electricity out, can barely be measured, you know, when you strum it, but it is shooting out the, you know, that's why you have an amplifier. It shoots out very low voltage. But that right there is what I was measuring off of, and there is no other wires in there or anything like that. It is definitely grounded to the bottom, shielded, and this, even though it looks like it's touching in spots, it does not make contact with it because there is no electricity transferring over to the cover. So the cover is nothing but a shield for the pickup. And the positive, nothing is touching the shielding. So that explains that. Thanks for watching. Please comment down below and tell me what you think. This is a strange one. Help me out. Maybe you know something I don't. There could be a capacitor in this thing. I seriously doubt it, but there could be. Anyway, thanks for watching.